Guys, focus. We need to do the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. You know what? Welcome to the 10th episode of the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. We finally made it. And for this occasion, we'll be freshening up our format with different segments. The first one being TV shows. For this special occasion, I would like to do my favorite TV show / cartoon, Steven Universe, seasons 1 through 5.
Are the crystal gems, we'll always save the day. And if you think we can, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in garnet, amethyst, and pearl, and Steven!
Starting off with season 1, which has 52 episodes in it, and it's like the longest one. But considering these episodes are only like 10 minutes to like 15, it's not that bad once you like just get into a rhythm of watching it at 3 a.m. at night. The first season is about Steven Universe as a 13-year-old boy, and he's very immature. He likes like ice cream like all the time for like breakfast and like all these things that like 13-year-olds should like have overcome by now. And he's a gem. He's like a gemstone. He's half human, half gemstone. His dad is Greg Universe, which is a human, and then his mother is Rose Quartz, which is a gemstone. And they had a kid, so he's a hybrid.
What's a gemstone?
A gemstone is like an alien sort of. 3 crystal gems are amethyst, pearl, and garnet next to Steven Universe. So there are 4 crystal gems. Every gem has their certain like power set. Like you can have like a sword, a shield, a bubble in Steven Universe's case, and like they're trying to figure out how to summon his powers, and like the secret behind his mother. So they have problems since they're crystal gems, which is like the Rebel Alliance. They're always fighting gems, like Homeworld gems, and Homeworld is the place where the gemstones are made and from. And So all is going well on their thing, and then they come across this gem called Peridot. She wipes out all the gems except for Steven in an instant. They all get taken on her ship, and it's in the episode called Jailbreak, episode 50, I think 50. So we get like a sort of like battle scene. And what happens is the gems go, without any spoilers, the gems go back to Earth, and like all is well. But Peridot's sort of like escape bubble gets shot onto Earth, so they have to be finding it. Next episode, we meet this girl named Connie, and she eventually becomes Steven's best friend. All right, that's season 1 for you. Season 2. So now Steven's like sort of unlocking his powers because through the battles they had in season 1, he figured out he has a shield, and he figures out that he can do a bubble to protect himself. So they go to this sort of sand thing. Now I don't know if this is still season 1 or season 2. This is sort of both. They go to the sand biome in a sense, and he sees this lion, and it's all pink. And if you didn't know, Rose Quartz is pink because of pink. She was a worker of Pink Diamond. They see this a lion, and it like befriends him, and they find out that that was Rose Quartz's lion. So they bring him back to Earth. They're all chilling. They figure out that Peridot's somewhere. They capture Peridot and take all her like gear because she was trying to like get back to Homeworld. And they also find out that Jasper is still on the planet. So fast forward, they take Peridot out, and just for a day of leisure, like trying to like understand Earth. So she finds out Peridot gets this recorder, and she like logs every day. And soon after that, another gem breaks the recorder called Lapis. So she finds out she has metal powers, and she like tries to leave, and she calls Yellow Diamond, which is her diamond that she works for. At the end of the call, she calls him a clod, which is basically an idiot, and she finds out that Earth is beautiful, and she joins the Crystal Gems with Lapis Lazuli that broke her tape recorder. And she found out she has metal powers because she had an iPad. They threw it in the ocean, and she caught it because she has metal powers. Okay, so Season 3, he can summon his shield, and he finds out he can also like bring things to their house via bubble. So you like say like this Coke can, wide shut. It takes a bubble, takes it, and it would like go to his house. All right. He finds out he can bubble. All this stuff. He finds out he can like do his bubble. So basically, but like not like fully on command yet. He's gaining more maturity at the end of the season because this season isn't really full of anything. At the end of the season, it's his 14th birthday.
You're full of poopy. Up top.
You look like Dan. You look like Dan.
All right, get back to the review, Zach.
All right, so Season 4, they finally find Jasper, and they fight him, Amethyst and Steven. And I didn't really explain this because this really wasn't important in this yet, into like this certain like seasons. But gems can fuse with other gems to make a stronger gem. And basically when like say like one of the main characters, let's say Garnet and Pearl, if they add together, they make this like strong like performer sort of fusion, and like she has like their weapons combined. So Steven has a shield, and Amethyst has this lasso, and they accidentally fuse while fighting Jasper, and they become smoky quartz, and basically it's a yo-yo, and she has multiple, and it's really cool. And they defeat Jasper, and they... What are you doing? Why do you look like that?
What?
I don't know, that just annoys me. So, they finish all the Jasper business, and Season 5 comes along. He's fully, he knows all his powers, okay? So, now he's, like, chilling. They're all having a good time. Lapis, Peridot, Garnet, Pearl, Amethyst, Steve. They're all chilling. They're chilling like a villain. Why?
What?
Zach, continue the review.
All right. So, they like go at the end of. There's like a whole plot twist at the end of season. I think 4 or 5. It's in between season. Like in the middle of season 5, and it's insane, and you'll never see it coming unless it's already been spoiled. All right. So
that plot twist is...
I can't tell you, it's that big of a spoiler. But it's a plot twist that makes them go to Homeworld with the diamonds. And they fight the diamonds, and then Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, and Steven all combine to form Obsidian, which is another gem that they have. And it's just, the payoff is huge to see them all combined. And finally, this is the last episode. They fight the giant robot. And White Diamond is like the superior diamond, and basically what happens is White Diamond like removes Steven's gem, and then his gem becomes like his own form, and Steven becomes weak, and then they like combine again, and obviously you know what happens. I'm not gonna tell you if you don't, but Steven knows all his powers now, and Earth is saved. 8 out of 8 Chuck E. Cheese pizzas. I saved this for the 10th episode because it is my favorite.
Okay, so for our next segment, I'm going to be talking about music. music. Pretty good. A lot of people really like music. Shout outs if you get that.
Season 1.
But today I'll be reviewing the album Kids See Ghosts by Kid Cudi and Kanye West. This album was a project made between Kid Cudi and Kanye West under the pseudonym Kids See Ghosts, and it's self-titled Kids See Ghosts. And it's a pretty short album. It will only take you about half an hour to listen to. And so it starts off with the song Feel the Love. So this track starts off with Kid Cudi. He's doing a little voice. He's going, I can still feel the love. And then it keeps going with that. And then Kanye comes in. He's like, gra, ga, 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 gra, with, in time with the drums. And then it hits their first verse, which it's got a really nice flow to it. And I like the lyrics to it. It's pretty nice. Yeah, that song, it's sort of a mix. It's sort of like a rap and a love song at the same time. It's not really much of either. Second track is Fire. And so,
What
in
song?
my
Wait,
opinion,
which song?
it's called Fire.
Oh.
What, you think I was saying the song is Fire? That's its name. So, the second song on the
horrifying.
album is called Fire. And I'd argue this is one of the weaker tracks on this album. The instrumental on this, while well composed, is kind of basic compared to some of the later ones. I don't really enjoy the song. The verses aren't as well executed, or the lyrics aren't as good as in some of the other parts in the other songs. But it can still be enjoyable to listen to, but it's not one I come back to listen to over and over again. It's more of one that in the context of the album works, but if I just want to listen to specific songs from it, I never go out and pick this song. So the next song is Fourth Dimension. Now this is
the best song in the album.
Okay, so Fourth Dimension is the most rap-orientated out of them all. It's mainly just Kanye. So the background of it is like the beat starts off from like this old cartoon. He sampled this old cartoon and they just mix in other instruments with that. And it makes this really good instrumental that they rap over very well. Kanye West's first verse is very good. I can't really repeat the lyrics because it's kind of inappropriate for the show, but yeah. And Kid Cudi comes on after him, and he sounds great in this record, especially this song. He just sounds cold and evil, like he's about to go kill someone.
Hey guys, Josh Zantano here.
Hello, guys.
Chuck E. Cheese-
Josh
Kid Zan.
Santano here.
Kid Zanny.
The most prolific
Chuck E. Cheese's most influential music nerd.
critic.
What?
Music. Shoot, that only works on him.
I go.
Kiss Cooper's head is too large.
You mean too tight?
What?
Or his head's too large? You said his hat is too large.
I said his head's too
go.
large.
I'm stupid. Okay, but yeah. This is one of my favorite songs on this album. It has one of the nicest beats and the nicest verses on the entire thing. And I think overall this song, if you want to listen to just one to get yourself into the album, I'd recommend to first listen to this. And if you like this song, you'll probably like the rest of what's on the album. Okay. So the next song is Reborn, and this is the most R&B/soul of all the songs there. It still does incorporate rap elements and hip-hop, but it's more, like I said, R&B and soul. It's definitely a lot more somber and sadder, especially compared to Fourth Dimension, which is a lot more hyper and fun than this song. But this song is really nice to listen to. Like, it's not, you wouldn't listen to it when you're in the same mood as some of the other songs, but it's good to listen to when you're like maybe not feeling the best. And I really enjoy it in the time. it's one of the longer songs too, but it's definitely worth a listen. The next song is Free, and in my opinion, this is just the worst one on the album. I just really, well, it's not a horrible song by any means. It's pretty good, but in the context of the album and the rest that came before it, I did not enjoy it.
Why?
Well, my main reason, its main verse is like, I feel free.
Well,
Kid Cudi, it's just the singing that goes along with it. I didn't think it was the best, and the instrumental, it's the most rock of all of them, and I didn't really enjoy that too much. I liked more of the mix of both of the blends of rap and rock together and the soul and all that. I felt like this song was more experimental than the rest, but it didn't really work. But it's still a pretty good song. I'd just say it's the weakest of the album. Next is probably my favorite of them all, the self-titled track of the self-titled album, Kids See Ghosts. So, this track...
I thought that's what you were talking about before. I was like, bro, they don't say I am free in that song.
No, I was talking about Free.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
I was
Okay.
like, bro, you got it mixed up.
So, Kids See Ghosts. This song is probably my favorite of them all.
Because it slaps
It
hard.
takes, the beat on this is so fresh and crisp. The instrumental and everything that goes into it just works so well in getting you just hyped up for this. It takes a little while to actually get into the main rap verses, and most of the beginning is just a repeated verse of kids see ghosts sometime, kids see ghosts sometime, kids see ghosts, spirits. But once it gets into Kanye's first verse, that, in my opinion, is the best verse on the whole album.
Kanye.
Kanye.
Stop.
I'm trying to
Obama
review.
would like to check your
I
vibe.
just like Kanye.
You dislike?
I just like Kanye.
You like Kanye.
Yeah, I like Kanye.
Kanye for president 2020. Okay, so Kanye's
Is that happening
verse on...
still?
I'm trying to review an album. Thank you. Kanye's verse on this, the lyrics and the flow is just top tier compared to like everything. Like most rappers couldn't wish to get this good. It's just amazing. And then Kid Cudi comes in with his verse and it's just as good as Kanye's. It just works so well, and this song, it's my favorite on the whole album, but if you're listening to one song from the album, I wouldn't say this one, only because it works better in the context of the album than outside of it. It's still good outside of the album, but in context with the others, it works so well.
Is that all of them?
No, the last one, Cutting Montage.
Right.
The final song is another more somber song. It's called Cutting Montage. It uses a sample from Kurt Cobain, and the lyrics talk a lot about like death and suicide and getting shot and stuff, and the verses by both Kanye and Cudi reflect their feelings on this, like pretty much how they don't want it happening anymore and how it's just horrible.
What?
Death, suicide, and getting shot.
I wasn't listening. Well, that's pretty profound words. I don't like people dying
But
or suicide or getting shot.
can you shut up? This
Change
song.
the world. My
Shut
final
up!
message.
I'm trying. Let me
Goodbye.
finish my review. So, this song is definitely a lot different than anything else on this album. It fits in well, especially at the end, going out with this sort of somber but still positive message on the world. But the rest of the album is mostly hyper and focused and exciting, while this song just is like somber. But it works, especially it's a great ending for this project. And it really gets you in a mood and reflecting on not only the album, but everything.
What do you rate it?
I'd give this album a 7 out of 8.
All right, Cooper. What is your segment called?
Shut up. I'm reviewing movies. So I'm reviewing Joker. Joker is pretty epic, kind of an epic movie.
And finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
Joker is a dark depiction of the famous Batman villain, Joker. So,
Nice.
So in this movie, we follow our main character, or the Joker. His name is Arthur Fleck, and he's like a mid-30s dude, you know. Is he mid-30s in the movie, do you think?
I think he's 32 to be exact.
He's older.
Yeah, he's like 30, and he's living with his mother in this crappy apartment building. His mom says he's never going to make it big. She says that, how are you going to be a stand-up comic if you're not even funny? And that doesn't really put a toll on him, which kind of shows that, people have said this to him before.
Wait, can I ask a question?
No.
What's his mental illness?
I haven't gotten to that part yet. So basically, everything starts going downhill in this movie when he goes to his therapist and she says the health department is closing, and then he's on like 7 different medications, and he's all gonna have to stop them. So this is basically the point where everything just starts going down from there. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but he was already going a little bit insano before, but that's when everything like really started happening. Any logical thoughts he had about like being safe or any it just all went down the drain. He started being crazy. He locked himself in his fridge, and then it's a weird scene. He locked himself in his fridge, and they just showed him waking up the next day.
That's one of the only scenes I did.
I
That and one other scene are the two that I just didn't like.
Well, I didn't really understand that scene.
Well, I kind of get it. He was like emotionally trying to numb the pain and everything and trying to separate himself from the city and all the noise.
Yeah, so basically his mother believes that the person running for mayor, Thomas Wayne, is going to help them and save their lives. Well, he's just like, no, they treat us like crap. Why do you believe this? So, yeah. So that's basically the plot of the movie. Him just going insane. And, yeah.
How he becomes the Joker.
How he becomes the Joker. And it's a really beautiful movie. I think it's a masterpiece. Joaquin Phoenix, he really went above and beyond for this movie. He probably lost 50 pounds.
Probably more than that.
Probably more than 50 pounds. He was extremely skinny, and there's a lot of scenes where he dances.
Hi, this is Todd Phillips. I'm the director of Joker. So this scene is interesting because it's right after a life-changing cataclysmic event in Arthur's life, and he's found this little kind of rundown park bathroom to go in and collect his thoughts and get himself together. What's interesting about this scene to me is it's entirely different than what we had scripted. In the script, Arthur was to come into the bathroom, hide his gun, wash off his makeup, and staring at himself in the mirror like, what have I done? And when we got to the set on the day, Joaquin and I just sort of stood around like, this doesn't really seem very Arthur. Why would Arthur care to hide his gun? And we really kind of tossed around a million ways to just do something different. And it was about an hour into it, and I said, hey, I got this piece of music from Hildur Gudenitor is our composer, and she had been sending me music throughout while we were shooting. And I just wanted to play Joaquin this piece of music, and Joaquin just started to dance to the music, and it was just me and him alone in the bathroom. There's 250 people on the crew waiting outside, and he just starts doing this dance, and we both kind of look at each other and said, okay, that's the scene. It made sense to us because when I first met with Joaquin and we first started talking about Joker, I talked to him that Arthur is one of those people that has music in him. So music and dance became a theme in the film, and this is the second time we see him dancing, and it's a little bit of Joker coming out, a little bit more than the scene before, and a little bit less than the next time we see him dance.
Like, you were always on the edge of your seat, tense to see what's happening next to Arthur Fleck. There's no like, oh, here's some relief. Like,
There is no like comedic relief, let's say like in Star Wars Phantom Menace with Jar Jar Binks. There's nothing like that.
like there's no scene that you can sit back in your seat and be like, oh, this is a scene that's like, I'm not
Leisure.
thinking right now. You were thinking throughout the entire movie about Arthur Fleck and how his character is developing. But it's almost not even as if he's developing. It's as if you're learning more about him, and as you're learning more about him, he's like going more insane. It's like I could just talk about this movie for like hours.
Yeah. All right.
And this is all just without really spoiling
Yeah, this is without
anything.
this is without even getting into like the meat of the movie.
You're just on the beans. On the movie.
Yeah, you're on the beans.
All right. What do you rate the movie?
I rate this movie an 8 out of 8. If I could go higher, I would. It was a phenomenal movie.
This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
I give it a definite solid 8 out of 8. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen in theaters, especially recently.
This is your first 8 out of 8 movie?
No.
Okay.
All right, so
keep
I have
forgetting.
one more thing to say. I could go see this movie again, and like, I could see it in a whole nother light because I already know it, and then I could understand more of the scenes because it feels like there's a hidden purpose behind every single scene of this movie. It's really amazing.
Well, that's our show for today, boys.
All right.
Wait. I have another point to add to Joker.
Bruh.
I was going to add it on, but then you're just like, wait, that's it, guys. So basically...
Yeah, because we're like 15 minutes. What?
Okay,
Yeah.
so going into this movie, don't expect a big action movie with like a bunch of action everywhere. This is a character-driven
movie.
yeah, a character-driven drama and a character study on Arthur Fleck. And yeah, so don't expect like big action. Expect character-driven drama.
Yeah.
All right. That's our show for today, boys.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching the 10th episode of the Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. I'm Zach.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Cooper.
And we're
The
Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. See you
Peace.
next week.
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?